Have you noticed things just aren't quite what they used to be? Maybe you're feeling a little less vibrant, less energetic, and perhaps some aspects of your life, like intimacy, feel a bit more challenging than they once did. It can be frustrating, can't it? Like your body isn't quite keeping up with your spirit. You might wonder if it's just a natural part of getting older, something you just have to accept. But what if I told you that some seemingly healthy choices you're making, especially first thing in the morning, could actually be contributing to these very issues? It's a surprising truth that what you put into your body right after waking up sets the tone for your hormones, your energy levels, and yes, even something as specific as blood flow, which is absolutely crucial for men's vitality, including erectile function. You see, the modern diet is full of hidden pitfalls, and some things we think are good for us, especially in the morning, can throw a wrench in the works for men over 60. We're going to dive into something quite specific today. 7 fruits you might be eating for breakfast that could be impacting your erectile health. And why? Stick with me until the very end, because I'll share something that might completely change how you think about your morning meal. So, let's talk about the morning and what we put into our bodies right away. It's often called the most important meal of the day, and there's a lot of truth to that. Especially as we get a bit older, our bodies become more sensitive to sugar, more prone to inflammation, and maintaining healthy blood flow is absolutely key to feeling good and functioning well. From having energy throughout the day to supporting everything from brain health to, yes, erectile function. Many of us reach for fruit in the morning, thinking it's a healthy, light option. And fruit is healthy, packed with vitamins and fiber, but eaten alone, on an empty stomach, especially certain kinds of fruit, they can cause a rapid spike in blood sugar. This spike forces your body to release a rush of insulin to bring it back down. Over time, these repeated spikes and crashes can lead to insulin resistance, inflammation, and damage to your blood vessels. And guess what's essential for getting and maintaining an erection? Healthy, flexible blood vessels and good blood flow. When blood vessels are damaged or inflamed, particularly the smaller ones, it directly impacts circulation everywhere in the body, including where you need it most for intimacy. Let's start with the first fruit you might want to reconsider having for breakfast: the humble banana. Now, bananas are incredibly popular, easy to grab and go, and full of potassium. They seem like the perfect breakfast food, but especially for men over 60, eating a banana on its own first thing in the morning can be problematic. While they do contain some fiber, bananas, especially ripe ones, are relatively high in natural sugars and have a moderate to high glycemic index. This means they can cause a quicker rise in blood sugar compared to other foods. When you eat a high glycemic food on an empty stomach, you get that rapid sugar spike, followed by that insulin rush. This isn't just about managing diabetes. It's about managing your body's inflammatory response and protecting your blood vessels. Chronic inflammation and poor blood sugar control are major drivers of atherosclerosis, which is the hardening and narrowing of arteries. This reduces blood flow throughout the body. Think of it like clogged pipes. If blood can't flow freely, it can't get to where it needs to go, including the penile tissues required for an erection. Having a banana as part of a balanced breakfast that includes protein and healthy fats, like with Greek yogurt, nuts, or seeds, is a different story. The protein and fat help slow down the absorption of sugar, mitigating that sharp spike, but just grabbing a banana on its way out the door. For men over 60, especially if you're already dealing with blood sugar issues, high blood pressure, or heart concerns, which are all linked to erectile challenges, it might be worth rethinking. Next up, let's talk about something even more common for breakfast: orange juice. Many of us grew up thinking a glass of OJ was the quintessential healthy start to the day. It's loaded with vitamin C. Right. And that's true. But here's the catch when you juice a fruit. You remove most of the fiber. What you're left with is essentially a concentrated dose of sugar water. A typical glass of orange juice can contain as much sugar as a can of soda, but without the fiber that helps regulate blood sugar absorption. Drinking a large glass of orange juice on an empty stomach is one of the fastest ways to send your blood sugar levels soaring. This isn't just a small spike. It's often a significant surge that triggers a strong insulin response. Regularly subjecting your body to these dramatic blood sugar fluctuations stresses your system, promotes inflammation, and, as we discussed, can damage those all-important blood vessels over time, while the vitamin C is beneficial. The sugar hit, especially for a mature body, can outweigh the benefits when consumed this way for breakfast. It contributes to the kind of vascular problems that directly impede blood flow necessary for a healthy erection. Instead of juice, consider eating a whole orange. You get the fiber, which slows down the sugar absorption significantly. It's a completely different metabolic experience, swapping juice for whole fruit. Or even better, pairing a small amount of whole fruit with protein and fat is a much gentler way to start the day for your blood sugar and your blood vessels. Now, moving on from single fruits and juices, let's consider another popular and often snacked on fruit that makes its way into breakfast bowls: grapes. Grapes are delicious, sweet, and easy to eat. They contain some antioxidants, which is great. However, grapes are particularly high in sugar and have a relatively high glycemic index. Because they're small and easy to pop, it's also very easy to eat a large quantity without even thinking about it. A small handful might be fine, but a generous portion of grapes in your yogurt or cereal, or just eating a big bowl of them, can deliver a significant sugar load right at the start of your day, just like bananas and orange juice. This leads to a rapid blood sugar increase and a subsequent insulin spike. The cumulative effect of these morning sugar surges over time contributes to systemic inflammation and oxidative stress, which damages the endothelial cells lining your blood vessels. These cells are crucial for regulating blood flow and maintaining vascular health. When they are compromised, blood vessels lose their elasticity and ability to dilate properly, making it harder for sufficient blood flow to reach the penis when needed. It's not that grapes are inherently bad. They are a natural food. The issue is the quantity, the timing, and what they are eaten with, especially for someone trying to maintain good vascular health. Enjoy grapes as a small snack later in the day, perhaps paired with some cheese or nuts to balance the sugar, rather than a large portion on their own for breakfast. This helps buffer the sugar impact. Let's turn our attention to some tropical delights that often feature in breakfast smoothies or fruit salads: mango and pineapple. Oh, they taste like sunshine, don't they? Sweet, juicy, and full of tropical goodness. Mangoes, in particular, are incredibly high in natural sugars. While they offer vitamins like C and A, a single medium-sized mango can contain over 45 grams of sugar. Similarly, pineapple, while a great source of vitamin C and an enzyme called bromelain, also packs a significant sugar punch and has a moderate to high glycemic index. Eating a generous portion of either mango or pineapple for breakfast, especially without balancing it with other nutrients, is essentially inviting a large blood sugar spike. Again, this isn't just about feeling a sugar crash mid-morning. It's about the metabolic cascade it triggers. That rush of sugar and insulin promotes the storage of fat, particularly around the midsection, which is itself linked to hormonal imbalances, including lower testosterone levels and increased estrogen, both of which can negatively impact erectile function. Moreover, the inflammatory response triggered by high sugar intake further erodes vascular health. While these fruits offer some nutritional benefits, their high sugar content makes them less ideal for a breakfast staple, especially for men over 60 who are more susceptible to the negative impacts of blood sugar dysregulation on circulation and hormonal balance. If you love these fruits, enjoy them in smaller quantities, perhaps blended into a smoothie with protein powder and healthy fats like avocado or chia seeds, or as a small side to a savory breakfast. The key is to offset their sugar impact with other macronutrients. Moving on to a category that can be particularly tricky: dried fruits. Many people think dried fruit is just as healthy as fresh fruit, only concentrated. And in a way, that's true. The nutrients are concentrated, but so is the sugar, and the water content is removed, making it much easier to overconsume calories and sugar. Think about dried cranberries, often found in cereals, granola, or trail mixes touted as healthy breakfast options. A small serving of dried cranberries can contain significantly more sugar than a handful of fresh cranberries, and they often have added sugar to counteract their natural tartness. Or consider dates, sometimes used as a natural sweetener in smoothies or energy bars consumed for breakfast. Dates are incredibly sweet and calorically dense, with a high sugar content. Eating a few dates or a portion of sweetened dried cranberries for breakfast can dump a large amount of easily absorbed sugar into your bloodstream very quickly. This leads to a dramatic blood sugar spike and insulin response, more pronounced than with most fresh fruits because the fiber structure is altered and the sugar is so concentrated. This rapid influx of sugar contributes significantly to the inflammatory load in your body and puts a strain on your metabolic system. Over time, this chronic inflammation and blood vessel damage directly contribute to the development and worsening of erectile dysfunction. While dried fruits can be a convenient source of energy, they are best consumed in very small quantities, treated almost like candy, and ideally not as a primary component of your breakfast, especially not on their own. If you must have them, pair them with something substantial in protein and fat to slow down that sugar rush. Think a tiny sprinkle in a bowl of high-protein yogurt, not a generous handful mixed into granola. And finally, let's talk about a fruit that seems light and refreshing. Often associated with hydration: watermelon. Watermelon is mostly water, which is good, but the sugar it does contain is very quickly absorbed. Watermelon has a surprisingly high glycemic index, meaning it causes a rapid spike in blood sugar, similar to or even higher than white bread for some people. While it's not as sugar-dense as mango or dates, eating a large bowl of watermelon for breakfast, thinking it's a light, healthy choice, can still trigger that significant blood sugar and insulin response. The body reacts to this surge regardless of whether the sugar comes from a heavy or light fruit. This rapid fluctuation in blood sugar contributes to the inflammatory cycle and the stress on your vascular system over time. While enjoying watermelon on a hot day is perfectly fine, making it a substantial part of your first meal on an empty stomach might not be the best strategy for managing blood sugar stability and protecting your blood vessels, which, as we now understand, is intricately linked to erectile health, like other high GI fruits. If you enjoy watermelon, have a smaller portion and pair it with protein and healthy fats, perhaps a small slice alongside some eggs and avocado, rather than a large fruit salad of just watermelon. It's all about balance and understanding how different foods impact your body, especially as your metabolism changes with age. So, we've looked at 7 fruits: bananas, orange juice, grapes, mango, pineapple, dried cranberries, and watermelon. That, while healthy in other contexts, can be problematic when eaten for breakfast on an empty stomach, particularly for men over 60 concerned about their erectile function. The common thread is the potential to cause significant blood sugar spikes and subsequent insulin rushes. This metabolic pattern, repeated day after day, contributes to chronic inflammation, oxidative stress, and damage to your blood vessels. And compromised blood vessels mean compromised blood flow, which is fundamentally what's needed for a healthy erection. It's not that these fruits are inherently bad or should be avoided entirely. The message here is about mindful consumption, especially regarding timing and combination. Eating these fruits in moderation, perhaps later in the day, or crucially, pairing them with protein, healthy fats, and fiber, dramatically changes their impact on your blood sugar and overall metabolic health. Remember, making small, informed changes to your diet can have a profound impact on your health and well-being as you age. It's not about drastic restrictions. but about making smarter choices that support your body's natural functions, including healthy circulation and hormonal balance. Erectile challenges aren't just a sign of aging, they can often be an early warning signal for underlying cardiovascular issues. By focusing on protecting your blood vessels and managing blood sugar, you're not just addressing one symptom, you're supporting your overall health in a fundamental way. It's empowering to know that you have control over so many factors that influence how you feel and function. Choosing a breakfast that is rich in protein, healthy fats, and fiber, like eggs, Greek yogurt, nuts, seeds, or avocado, provides sustained energy, helps keep your blood sugar stable, reduces inflammation, and supports hormonal health. You can absolutely still enjoy fruit, but perhaps choose lower sugar options like berries, or ensure any fruit is part of a larger, balanced meal. Thinking about what you eat for breakfast is just one piece of the puzzle, but it's a powerful one. It's the first signal you send to your body each day. By choosing wisely, you're telling your body to stay balanced, to keep inflammation low, and to protect those vital blood vessels. This supports everything from your energy levels and cognitive function to your ability to maintain intimacy and enjoy a full, active life. Don't feel discouraged by challenges you might be facing. Instead, feel empowered by the knowledge that making simple shifts, like being more strategic about your morning fruit, can make a real difference. Your body is incredibly resilient and responsive to positive changes. Give it the right fuel, and it will thank you in countless ways. Taking proactive steps like these isn't about turning back the clock. It's about living your best possible life right now, with energy, vitality, and confidence at any age. What did you think about this? Were any of these fruits a surprise to you? Do you have other breakfast habits you found helpful? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights could help someone else. And if you found this information helpful, please give this video a like. It really helps the channel. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos aimed at helping you live your best life over 60. Remember, every small step towards better health is a victory. Keep learning, keep exploring, and keep living your best life at every age.